Are going live today on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. And I am just making sure I'm live everywhere. We are talking today. We are discussing 3 lies that keep you from finding good men today on this live. 3 lies that you tell yourself. Hi, Z. Say hi, by the way. Tell me where you're joining me from. Oh my goodness, so many people joining in. Hi, everybody. 3 lies that you are perpetuating in your head, likely, very likely, that are very common, that I still do to this day. I still have to catch myself to this day that I do to myself that you're probably doing that are preventing you um, from really getting the high quality relationships and meeting the high quality men that you are wanting to meet. So here here are some of the things that there are so many more than just 3, but here are some of the general things that we do to ourselves. The number one lie, okay, the number one lie that we all tell ourselves, including myself. I did it yesterday. Okay. I did it yesterday with Jerry. The number one lie that we tell ourselves is that we know what someone else is thinking. Take that in. The number one lie we tell ourselves is that we know what someone else is thinking. I don't care how much evidence you have of what they're thinking or what you believe they're thinking and what they have shown you that they're thinking. You still do not know what they're thinking or feeling about you. Okay, so the number one lie that is perpetuated in this world is that we know what others are thinking, and beside what other people think about you is none of your business. Now that is a very, very hard thing to do because we all want to be liked, we all want to be included, we all want to be part of a community. In fact, some of us have this, actually, most of us, right, have the fear of being excommunicated, which is ultimately the primal fear of death. This is why we so want to fill in the blanks of what other people are thinking, because we need to know what they're thinking so that we know we're liked, so that we know we're in the community, so that we know we're going to live, we're going to be part of society. And this comes from cave times, right? This comes from our primal times, but we still have this going on in our brain. So we start projecting onto other people what they're thinking. And usually we're absolutely wrong, because what we're projecting onto them is our filter or our bullshit stories about what we deserve and what we believe about ourselves. Okay. So that's the number one lie. And I could go on and on and on about this. I'm super passionate about this, and I'm working on this myself on a daily basis to not project and imagine and tell myself the lie that I even know at all what someone else is thinking. Like, even, the way someone looks at me when I'm at the grocery store, when, I pass them in the lettuce aisle, I've no freaking clue what they're thinking. They're probably like, oh, I need lettuce too. And they have like a very solemn face. But meanwhile, I think, oh, they think I'm weird, or they think I'm ugly, or whatever it is that I come up with in my brain, right? But so we do this constantly, and that's something that I really want to encourage you to become aware of. That when you are certain that you know someone else is thinking something, and especially thinking something about you, you are most likely, probably 99.99999% incorrect. All right. The second lie is that he's not good enough for you. Like, you just know already. And this is, we're talking about dating, right? But this is for anything. Like, oh, I know that job is going to be shitty, or I know that, whatever, just knowing something. Thank you, Jame. She says very true. knowing that something already is something before you even give it any energy or any chance. Now, I'm not saying, "Oh, this always happens to me." I put a I put a time limit on my Instagram so that I don't get sucked in, and it always goes off when I'm on a live. I need to figure that out. Where was I? Yikes. See, this is so distracting when I get these interruptions. So the lie that we're talking about dating here. Let's stick with dating because I could go into all the areas of life. The lie that you know that he's not good enough for you based on what? His profile that, most men are pretty bad at writing, you know, good enough for you is a judgment and a projection of your lack of um self-esteem and security, because if you were really feeling amazing about yourself and you were feeling secure and confident, you wouldn't care if he's good enough for you or not. You would just allow the situation to open, and you would be open to learning something new about someone. You wouldn't be judging them whether they're good enough or bad enough, or whether they meet up to your standards. All of that is judgment. You're just judging. If you weren't judging, you would be open to the possibility that this person is a very nice human being. They may not be right for you as a long-term partner, but you may give them an opportunity to show who they really are. Okay. So the lie that you know that he's not good enough. And this is the thing, we get into these patterns of judgment. We get into these patterns of already having a set knowing based on what? Okay, probably past experience, right? That all the guys you've been with in the past have been a certain way. So therefore, this guy is going to be the same way. You don't. You don't actually know until you do something different, which is, giving him a chance, or not giving him a chance, but opening up to the possibility of him being a nice, perfectly nice human, maybe not for you. You as long as you're getting the same results over and over and over again, you are stuck in a pattern. So you get to break out of that pattern. The third lie is that he won't like you. Now, this is something that we also do to protect ourselves, right? He's not going to like you. You're not good enough for him. You're dating up. You're scared that he's above your pay grade or like above your level, right? And so a lot of us end up not going for, or not dating, or not reaching out on the apps to men who seem above us, because guess what? It makes us really uncomfortable. It makes us have to step into our biggest greatness. It allows us to get rejected, which if we get rejected by someone who's below us, we kind of don't care. That's the truth. Then you can make up a story again about how they weren't good for you anyway, how you didn't like them anyway. I've done this. Okay, I get this. But if you say he won't like you anyway, you're not skinny enough, young enough, whatever enough, how are you ever going to get to the place where you are dating up, where you are dating or in a relationship where you're with someone who you respect and you look up to, and not worship in an unhealthy way, but you respect them, and you really care about what they think, and you really care about um, living up to a standard that you want to have for yourself. You don't want to like lower your own expectations for ease, right? I mean, maybe you do, but that's where you've been getting stuck in shitty relationships. Okay, maybe this is becoming too abstract, but I want to I'm struggling with some I don't know, runny nose. So here's before I go on, I want to talk more about this, but I have an upcoming show called You Deserve More. And the show is 10 days to create the love and life you want. And in this show, I want you to, you can sign up below. You can sign up if you're on Instagram. It's going to be posted in my bio. And here on YouTube, it'll be posted below, but you can sign up for free. And this is a different show than I've done before. Each speaker has um, a gift, but also an exercise to do like right there on the video. And they have been so amazing because they've been doing them with me. Like we've been pre-recording. These are life-changing exercises. So get in on it. We start on the 24th, but sign up now so that you don't miss out. And we are in the middle of recording all of these videos. So it's going to be really great. So the 3 lies that you know that you are telling yourself that are preventing you from meeting and attracting high quality love are the lie that you know that what someone is thinking, the lie that you know he's not good enough for you, and the lie that you know he won't like you. Okay. And then we start telling stories like fairy tales about what that means. Like he's, you know, I know what he's thinking. He wants marriage, or he doesn't want marriage, or he wants kids. He doesn't want kids. I know what he's thinking. He probably thinks I'm too frumpy. He probably thinks I'm this or that. You don't know, right? And then you don't know that he's not good enough for you because you are just being judgy right off the bat based on your past experiences. And you don't know that he won't like you. This is the best one. I remember dating when I was dating Jerry. I had not dated sort of the caliber of men that I was dating in that time. And I was by then dating Jerry, but also a bunch of other amazing high quality men. And in the past, like just months before that, I would have written them off because I thought I wasn't good enough for them. How sad is that, right? And when I first met Jerry, I was struggling in my business. I was not successful in my business. And I thought that that was going to be a deal breaker for a high quality man. And guess what? It was a deal breaker for very few men because they had seen me be successful or they hadn't seen me, but they knew I was successful in other careers. And I was just in a transition period and they weren't judgmental of that. But I felt insecure. So stop projecting your own insecurities onto others and then basically pretending like you know what they're thinking and I know this, I know that, oh, I know what he's thinking. I know he doesn't like me. I know I'm not good enough for him. You don't know. And so by saying I know, you are actually putting yourself in a box that you can't get out of because you're going to keep repeating the patterns of perpetuating that knowing because your subconscious mind always wants to be right. So if you know this, if you're not curious for another possibility, if you know this, then you're just going to keep finding evidence for more of it and you're going to find it. And then you get to be right. But then you are going to be miserable because you're never going to get what you actually want. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. There's a lot there. But I hope that resonated. If it did, put a comment below that it resonated and definitely sign up for my upcoming show that will help you break out of these patterns of knowing everything about others, about what they think about you, about what you like, how you're portrayed for them, how you're coming across to them, all these things, but it'll help you break out of that perceived knowing and open up new possibilities to what you actually want. It'll break you out of the box that you've made for yourself in this sort of mindset. All right, I will leave that there. Bye for now.
Hello, today we're bringing you a public service announcement about